Welcome to another episode of Do You Even Resonate? This is a show where I take a B2B website and conduct actual message testing on its website with its actual ICPs. In today's episode, we have Exit 5, an online community for B2B marketers. And I took this website and I ran a message test for it against B2B marketers, not CMOs or VPs yet. So people moving up through the ranks. And so what did we learn? So overall clarity, 3.6 out of 5, so kind of like mediocre. There's some key questions that the audience didn't get. And interest, how interested are you in signing up? Big problems. And that's the point of message testing. You uncover problems, because only if you know what the problems are, you can fix them. And boy, did we uncover problems in this test. Let's get into it. So if we look at the above the fold area of this site, the headline nailed it. The headline and the value prop overall gets people curious. And if you look at the highlight number 1, the above the fold area, it has the most important thing, which is how badly people want to keep on reading is in the positive range, like mostly 5s. Right, so it nails the curiosity part. Well done. However, it's kind of downhill from here. So, but before we go to other parts, what can we do better here? So the sources of friction are try 100% risk-free. People are like, what? There's no offer made yet. So what is risk-free? It's too early. You haven't made an offer yet. So remove this. It's confusing people. Second, the secondary CTA of join email list. There's no value prop. There's no like, why should you join? What do you get if you click here? You just, join the email list, right? it's not related to the offer at hand. So it's confusing people. If you want to keep this, and you might wanna, I would tease a preview, like a collection of top 10 threads people have posted on this community or whatever. Make it about the community. Otherwise, it's kind of weird. All right. So moving down to this section here. So when we move down to the highlight number 2, things get worse. So how badly people want to keep on reading really drops. It's mostly 3s actually, and clarity. There's not much said here, so clarity is kind of like okay. It's a big problem. What is the big problem here? Is that this testimonials just bombs miserably. And if you read it, actually, I think most of you would agree with me. Is like, what the hell is it even saying? Like, and is it even a positive thing, right? Or is this person a little slow? I don't know. It lacks a compelling value proposition here, so we need to replace it. I've never seen a testimonial get so much flack in a message test. And these things here, like the 2 bullets, they're kind of worded awkwardly, and hence they don't hit a big pain point. They don't resonate with a big desired gain. It's kind of I think it's because it's kind of vague. Do better marketing. It's like as fluffy as it gets, right? And get promoted and grow your career. Could lean into it. So, but my proposal actually is to just get rid of this section at all, because it fails to deliver on what people actually want to know. What people actually are wondering in this section is, what the fuck is this? Is this a Facebook group? Is this a Reddit group? Is this a Slack? This screenshot reminds me of a Facebook group, I'm sure. And that's the thing about overall this page. The page never says it's a Facebook group. It's almost as if it's embarrassed to say that. I say you lean into it. You own it. You own being a Facebook group. And sure, some people are not on Facebook. Some people don't like Facebook. And so it's self-selection. Those people weed themselves out. And people who don't mind, who are into it, they don't mind, they're okay with that. So what if you cut this, what do you do instead? I think the strongest part of the sales copy is actually when you click the Join Exit Now community, and I think this page should not exist at all, is this part. Exit 5 members get 1, access to the private community. Clarity. What do you get? That's the question people have. And then what's it about? Like the exclusive content, right? That's the value. That's why you join. That is missing from the main sales page. So cut this poor testimonial, this kind of a meh copy here, kill it, replace it with those two bots. Then we get into this social proof area here. People mostly love it, but the number 10, people pause and it creates like, is this a lot? They don't know what's normal, what's a benchmark. And so it injects doubt when they should not have doubt. So what I would do is I would either, change it or remove it, because I think introducing it causes doubts when you don't need to. Okay, testimonials. Then we get to this section here: sharpen your marketing skills. And there's a testimonial from LinkedIn, and then a model how they get results, and a testimonial. And this salesperson from Oracle, and some people were like, "Am I gonna be pitched by this guy now?" And career advice. And so this section here, if you look, it's not great. It's not great. There's a lot of, so I have summarized friction here. If you look at the point is that the main number one friction that comes up is it talks about all this great advice you're going to get. And people are like, well, show me the great advice. So the key change that I propose here, instead of these testimonials with kind of like weird, this emoji things here, forced emoji, it looks forced, right? It looks kind of cheesy and forced. Get rid of those. Stop the testimonials, because instead people are looking for clarity. Show me the product. Essentially, it would be the SaaS equivalent. If you talk about sharpening skills, show me the thread of that in that group that help people sharpen their skills. That's what people want to see. It's like model the results. Show me the thread where somebody says, okay, let me walk you through how I went from this result to that result, right? And maybe this could be like Loom videos where you scroll through the threads, because you can't embed threads, I don't think. And screenshot might not be interactive enough. Or it could be gifts, or, I don't know what the creative idea here is, but like no testimonials, clarity, show the product value, right? Because you're not, don't convince, sell. And you sell by creating, improving intrinsic motivation, right? The testimonial part, I think, should come later. And then, join, and of course, people like, how much is it? How much is it? How much is it? It's like also like you're afraid to reveal the price. Pricing is not in the menu here. It's almost as if you're hiding. I would recommend you get rid of all of this section, because only this is about the paid community. Everything else is a distraction. Why? Take it off. And then there are more testimonials. And only if we scroll to the very bottom, and we have these bullet points here, we see that, try 30 days and $20 a month. Well, first of all, these are not like benefits, right? So it shouldn't be the same bullet point here. So I would put the $20 a month into the CTA, try 30 days under the CTA, and of course left aligned. Center aligned is the hardest to read. And if you look at my conclusions about the overall page, like the key issues, all right, you should own being a Facebooker. Make it clear. Show the real threats. This is what people want to see. Show the price, and the price gets a lot of friction. It's like, why pay, right? Why not free groups? Can you do $1 trial for 7 days, something like this? Step 2 to the homepage, I mentioned that. And people also want to see who is in the group. There is a fear that maybe these are two noobs and this is like basic bullshit. I'm a member of this group, so I know the values in the quality of discussions. Because it's a paid group, basically the idiots are filtered out. They're not ready to pay. So show kind of like conference lineup, like who is in the audience. Show pictures with names and titles, and of course get their permission. And address people like, also like, is my competitor in there? And like maybe you should address that. And multiple people is like asking, why is this better than RevGenius, all these other free groups? You need to address this. And I think the member quality, discussion quality is it. Show actual insights and the titles. Use sentence case instead of title case. This is, of course, my personal preference. I think it's easier to read, and there's some studies support that argument. All right. This is it for this episode. I'll catch you next time. Peace.